Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and I did not get my last Wednesday's order for some reason. Grubhub was having a hard time, I guess, communicating with the restaurant, so my order got canceled twice. So I was like, screw it, I'll just make something, and I found my brother had gotten a buffalo chicken dip in the fridge. I was like, ooh, I gotta have some of that. So I put that on some chips, put some cheese on it, heated it up. So good. I gotta find out where he got it so I can get more of it. It's that good. And my sister showed me how to make it at one point. I think it was the chicken, cream cheese, hot sauce, and I think you mixed it together or something. It was good, but this stuff was good too. Anyway, I'm probably just gonna have regular nachos for dinner or something, or tacos, whatever, for dinner tonight. Anyway, this is going to be my review for Pokemon episodes 2 and 3. I would have gotten a lot more done today, but I slept in. So, yeah. I slept in. I ended up waking up around 4 o'clock this morning to use the bathroom, and I looked at my phone, saw the time, I was like, for a split second I was considering staying up because my alarm was set to go off in 3 hours. And I was like, screw it, I could just stay up and play on Skyrim. I was like, no, I was tired. I was like, no, I'm going back to sleep. Yep. As soon as my alarm went off, I turned it off and went back to sleep. And got up about 9:30, I think. No, it was 9 o'clock. Sorry, around 9 o'clock. So, yeah. Did not get a whole lot of sleep. Oh, well. Anyway, let's see. Pokemon episodes 2 and 3. Ash takes Pikachu to the Pokemon Center. What I don't get is why, I'm assuming Professor Oak already told this to the other trainers about the Pokédex also functioning as your ID as a trainer. But as far as we know, he didn't mention this to Ash, because Ash had no idea. And how did Officer Jenny know how to use the Pokédex? Did she have one, or did she, one of the other trainers show her how to get to where the ID function is when they stopped them, I guess? That's the only thing I can think of, because there's no way she should know how to use a Pokédex. Because those, I'm assuming, are not, just handed out like candy. Anyway, yeah, I don't get why Officer Jenny decided to just not park right outside. She could have just parked right outside instead of trying to do a jump and get into the Pokemon Center itself with her motorcycle. Don't get that. Anyway, he ends up calling his mom, and we find out that this is the only mention of his father in the entire show, as far as I know. Is that his father took apparently 4 days to get to Viridian City when he was starting out as a Pokemon trainer. So I'm assuming when he was 10? Or was that later on after he had married Delia? I don't know. Speaking of which, is she married to his father? Because we don't know if Ketchup is her maiden name or her married name. Ash has the same name, but it's either it's her married name and they're still together. It's her maiden name and they either never got together or they got divorced for whatever reason. And they just never changed his last name and she never started dating. Actually, it makes more sense that they're still together because if she's never dated since then I don't know. But yeah, as far as we know, they never mention him again. There are many theories floating around as to who his father is. And yeah, the Pokemon anime writers need to confirm one way or the other who his father is and try and do it in a organic way instead of just plopping him down in an episode. I think they already showed who his father is. It's in a later episode. I'll have to point it out when I get to that point, but that's in Johto. So, I think it's either Johto or Hoenn. I can't remember, but it's an episode that involves Richie. But yeah, I think that is supposedly his father because we see flashbacks of Ash later with an older man, and it kind of resembles him from what we see of him. I don't know. Anyway, Misty shows up, having carried her burnt up bike from where it was left all the way to the Pokemon Center. I'm assuming that thing is heavy, considering it is burnt to a crisp. So how she managed to do that? That little girl is strong. And by little girl, I do mean a little girl because she is 10 years old. I don't know about you guys, but 10-year-old, I don't know how tall they are, but... Question, how tall are the characters? Can somebody tell me, please? Because my nephew is 6, and he is almost to... I think the top of my chest. I am 5 foot. That's gonna be sad when your nephews are taller than you. Anyway, yeah, Pikachu was finally brought out, and that's when Team Rocket shows up. How, yeah, I don't get what Misty does in this episode, because when she goes to fight Team Rocket to get Pikachu and Ash time to get away, why does she send out Goldeen? When she, of all people, knows that that Pokemon, and other Pokemon like, Pokemon that are fish, primarily, cannot fight or possibly survive on land. She knows this, and I'm assuming she knows this better than everyone, considering she has a Goldeen. So why send it out? Why not send out her other Pokemon that she has? She has 2 other Pokemon. She has Staryu and Starmie. So why not send those 2 out? Those 2 out can fight on land and on water. So why doesn't she send them? Starmie would be better because I think it should have a Psychic type move. Should, I say. Anyway, another kind of gripe I have with this episode is after, Pikachu obviously wakes up, and they dispatch Team Rocket by powering Pikachu up on that bike, which I still don't get how it was functional. I'm surprised the pedals worked, or how it generated power. I don't get that either. But they make the building explode to where there are barely any bits of the building left in the morning. How Nurse Joy, Misty, Ash, Pikachu, Jesse James, and Meowth, and whatever Pokeballs were left, managed to survive that explosion. The only reason Jesse James and Meowth even look even remotely messed up is because they were the ones that were shocked by Pikachu. Ash and the others look fine. How is that even possible? You would think it'd have some kind of injuries from the explosion. Ash even more so because he was right there when it happened. I know anime logic, but still, that's kind of stretching it a bit by anime standards. Episode 3, Ash catches a couple of Pokemon. And he catches a Caterpie easily, because Caterpie's not really exactly going to put up a fight. Less than Pidgey and Rattata. And, yeah, I know Misty's afraid of bugs, but still, her insulting Caterpie so much is mean. She knows that Pokemon have feelings, and thus Caterpie is extremely hurt by this to the point where she tells it to go into its Pokeball instead of staying around bugging her, and it listens, upset. And Ash has a point that Pokemon do in fact have feelings, and she owes Caterpie an apology. Whether she likes bugs or not, that's still uncalled for. Later on, Ash ends up sending out Caterpie against Pidgeotto, and this boy wants to be a Pokemon master. What did he do in those... I'm assuming he learned how to read at, 5, 6? What did he do in those around 5 or 4 years that he could read? Did he not read up on type matchups? At the very least? Anything? Because he does not know that Pidgeotto would try to eat Caterpie because it's a bug and it's a bird. And no, Ash, you trying hard enough and everything just working out in the end is not how the world works. The anime world, the Pokemon world, or this world. And, yeah, Team Rocket shows up, tries to take Ash's Pikachu, obviously. And Pidgeotto puts up a good fight, even though it's 2-on-1. Sadly, Pidgeotto wasn't able to do the job. And he sends out Caterpie, even though Caterpie's still reeling from its battle with Pidgeotto. Why didn't they make Strength Shot a move that could possibly do damage? Even something, because Caterpie won with String Shot and a Tackle Attack. That's it. Enough so that it gained enough experience from it to evolve in the Metapod. So, yeah. Could somebody also I wish they had added subtitles for when Caterpie and Pikachu were talking, because I would love to know what they would have talked about, actually. I get the idea that it was about evolution, but Pikachu obviously doesn't want to evolve, so I don't know why it was... I don't know. Anyway, sorry about nitpicking in this. I've watched Ace Trader Liam's What the Fuck Pokemon videos, all of them, and it's kind of made me think the same way, essentially. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.